Welcome to Auction version 4, the latest event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this video in the report series, I will show you how to group and sort the records that will appear in the final report. To get to Reports, on the main Home task ribbon, click Reports. This is the Reports formatting screens. The very top panel on this screen is for Group and Sort. Click the panel to open it to see the Group and Sort choices. This is the Open Group Sort panel, and the Group By and Sort By choices are on the right. Both Group By and Sort By have pull-down arrows. Click the arrow to see the options for each. Here are some of the Group By choices for a names report. When you choose one of these options, the records that will appear in the report will be grouped by the option selected. For instance, you may want to group the records by balance due. In the final report, all the name records that have the same balance due will be grouped together. You have the option of not grouping the records in any order, which is the None choice at the top of this list. The same choices will be in the Sort By pull-down. Sorting by any choice will sort all the records in the final report by your sort choice. If you group the records using the Group By choice and then sort by some other option, the sort will be in that order inside each grouping on the report. If you have some records that don't fit the group criteria, those records will appear first in the report and they will be sorted in the order of the sort choice. For example, you can have a Group By choice that is postal or zip code, and then Sort By balance due. In the final report, any records in which no zip code has been entered will appear at the beginning of the report, and those records will be sorted on the page by balance due. The next group in the final report will be for the lowest zip code in the numerical order, and those records will be sorted by balance due. Then the next highest zip code will appear, and those records in that zip code will be sorted by balance due, etc. Another helpful tool in the Group By feature is that when you choose to group by a certain field, you have two choices for what constitutes a change between groups. This is where the line break will occur in the report between groups. If the Group By choice is balance due and major changes is picked, the final report will group the records for a range of balance due amounts. The people with the zero balance due will appear together in one group. The people over zero but less than $25 will appear together in one group. The people who owe over $25 and up to $50 would be in another group, etc. The Each Change choice will have a group break every time there is a change in the balance due. The people who owe zero would appear together in the report. Any people who owe the next dollar amount, say $18, would appear in the next group. The people who owe 20 would appear in the next, etc. No matter how you choose for line breaks to appear between the sections, you can also choose to have a page break between groups. Let's say your report is going to look at last year's data. You want a report of all your donors, their contact information, and the items they donated last year. And you want to group this report by volunteer contact. The volunteer contact is the person in your organization that went to the donor to solicit the donation. And finally, you want to sort the report by zip code. So your final report will have a section for each volunteer contact that contains all the donors that were solicited by that contact, and it will be sorted by zip codes inside that section. If you want to hand this report out to the volunteer so that he or she can go back to the same donor to ask for a donation this year, you would want to click the page break for each group so that each time the report gets to the last donor for a volunteer contact, it will complete that, and then on the next page it will start the next volunteer contact. So instead of having line breaks, you're actually having page breaks between groups. The next video in this report series will be for adding and subtracting the details that will appear on a report. Thank you for joining us.